Hello there and welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video I have a super exciting one because I'm going to be doing a new in Revolution video. They have launched quite a few products recently. They've also launched a Sunset Haze collection, so I thought we could test all of the products out in today's video. Revolution have seemed to be launching quite a few products recently. They've gone through phases of not launching anything at all, and then all of a sudden I feel like they are pumping out products again, so that's why I've got quite a few products to test in today's video. But if you'd like to see which products I use and what I think of them, then please keep watching. Now I've already got my base on because they have just launched a Glow Fix primer, but I have not had time to pick it up. I have bought some of these products ages ago, and that has literally just launched. Annoyingly, it didn't launch alongside the setting spray, so that's why that's not in today's video. But we've still got quite a few products to test. So firstly, we have these new liquid blushes. I think these are like the new versions of the super dewy liquid blushes, because before they were in those like tube packaging, but now they look a little bit more, I want to say expensive, but I wouldn't say these look expensive, but I don't know, they just don't look as cheap as what the tube blushes look like. I grabbed two shades, Peach Spritz and Bubblegum Pink. These actually retail for £6.99, which, considering how small these are, I actually think is quite pricey for Revolution. But the £6-7 mark seems to be where a lot of their like complexion products are, like blushes and bronzers and things like that. So I've got two of these, and then I've also, from the Sunset what is it, the Sunset Haze collection, they brought out a blush stick. Now this is like a 2-in-1 sort of product, and this retails for £6.99. I think there's two variations, and I got the pink and orange, and there's also a bronze and orange. Guys, it's literally just come out of the stick. Oh my god, it's so like creamy as well. I'm thinking the stick on one side, and then because we've basically got a pink and orange combo here, we can kind of do the same thing on the other side using those ones. Let's do the pink at the bottom and the orange at the top. So this is what it looks like, by the way. I believe I did not show you that. So it's got literally cut in half pink and orange. Okay. The stick feels very creamy, which I appreciate. I have actually got two of these brushes. So I'm going to use the MF4 by Mitchell, and I'm going to try and like sort of stamp this in the position of where it's laid and not really try and swish the colours a lot. That's this side. I feel like it's not super pigmented, like considering I'm using a brush as well, not a sponge, it's really sheared out. So that's the initial swipe action of that blush, and these are what the super dewy ones look like now, and they have got a little doe foot applicator, which I do prefer to the tubes. I must admit, I'm not a massive fan of the tube packaging for a liquid blush. A doe foot or a stick is my favourite. Okay, so let's try and do the same sort of thing on this side. So we do the pink at the bottom. The only thing with these straight away is that it doesn't pick up a lot of product. Maybe if you are a beginner you would prefer these, but I do like a little bit of pigment. And I'll grab my same brush but a different one, and again we'll just tap these in. They look so smooth on the skin as well. Like, I don't know how well you'll be able to tell, but it just blended out instantly, and it has not emphasised my texture at all. Like, wow, it looks really nice and blurred, whereas this one has more of that like glowy effect to it, like a serum sort of blush. Oh, I've put more of the orange on and the pink, and then this sort of happens where the colour sort of smudges over to the other colour. I think it's a cute idea, but I think the super dewy ones are better. Okay, so this is actually nice and buildable. My cheeks actually look quite similar. I think this side is just a bit more smoothed over and not as dewy as this side, so I think it just depends on your preference of formulas as well. I think if you have like dry skin, prefer the more dewy type of blushes. This stick is actually super creamy and really nice and buildable, whereas if you like me and you like a more like blurring soft matte effect liquid blush, then these ones will probably be best for you. And out of the two formulas, I do prefer these ones. Okay, so my base is actually now complete. I did add a little bit of this powder blush from the Icon Blush Authentic Peach Trio. Now all of the base is done, I'm going to be using this. This is the Super Fix Ultra Glow Illuminating Fixing Mist. They did bring out the H2O, the hydrating one, which I did test out in my previous like testing revolution video, but now we have another new one, and as I said in the start of this video, they do now have a primer, which I'm gutted because I would have definitely used that in this video, but it is fine. When I decluttered my setting sprays, I did say I needed a new Revolution Glow setting mist, so they must have been listening to me. This has a brightening effect, caffeine and argan oil. It's an illuminating fixing mist, and I believe this is £12. Like, these setting sprays are so expensive. Right, the mist is really nice on them though. Right, let's give it a go. Just going to spray that much and see what my base is looking like. It has a bit of a alcohol-y like smell to it. I'm not going to lie guys, it doesn't look super glowy on my skin. Like, my powders are all set and melted down, which I really love. I had a little bit of a mishap with a powder foundation I tried today, and I had to cover it with the P. Louise under eye powder, and then thankfully that spray has sort of melted it all together, so it doesn't look as bad at the moment. I suppose I can see a little bit of glow on my forehead, but this isn't like a super wet, dewy looking spray. It honestly does just give you, I wouldn't say the ultra glow, I'd say a dabble of a glow. Do you know what I mean? Like, the forehead is where I can most definitely see it. Everywhere else though, just kind of just looks like all my powders have melted together. I really like this. I wasn't expecting to, just because, as if you do watch my videos, you know that I don't love a super in-your-face glowy product like this. But this is like a really natural glow. I am a fan, I'm not gonna lie. And I wasn't expecting to be, but that really excites me when that happens. So I'm really happy with that glow spray, yeah. Okay, so we actually have 2 brow products to test in today's video. We firstly have the Instant Brow Hair Pen Fill and Define, and then another product part of their Super Fix range. This is the Brow Glue. I got the shade Cool Brown. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a massive fan, I'm not an expert in like brow pens and things like that. I would love to be, because I like the way they look. Now this is what it looks like. It's got very thin tips, and they're different length as well, so you can sort of like play around with that. What I'm thinking though is I may need to draw on the like second half of my brow, because I don't think I like the effect of this all the way through. I just kind of like it at the front. Does that make sense? I've just zoomed you in because obviously it's a lot easier to see, and I have drawn on the like tail ends of my brows. Do I need to shake this? I feel like I need to read about what I need to do here. Also, sorry, this retails for £6.99. I don't know why that seems to be like such a staple price for them. How to use. Outline your brows lightly to define the desired shape. Blah, blah, blah. Draw hair-like strokes, focusing on sparse areas to build fullness gradually. Use a spoolie to blend out for a natural finish, and if desired, use a clear brow gel. Right. Okay. I don't know if I've got a... Okay. I'm a bit scared. I'm really scared, guys. Okay. Okay. So this is what the brow strokes look like on my hand. And there is definitely pigment there. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for here. But I don't know if it's the shade, because but the shade goes really nice with my brows. The lines are just not super defined like how they look on my hand, on my brow. I know I've gone in a few times with it, but even when I first applied it, it didn't do that. I can definitely see the strokes a little bit though. Like, let me know what you think. I need to sort out this end here because it's a bit wonky. I just think maybe I just need a bit more practice with a brow pen. But see, I'm used to like doing the old school like block. I do like a bit of a square start to my brow. I feel like this one does look really good, whereas this one is just a little bit more not precise, and maybe that's what's oh sorry, I didn't mean to knock you. I think that's maybe why I'm a bit unsure. I don't want to waste loads of time talking about a brow pen. I mean, the pen works. I think it's just more of like a natural start to the brow than what I'm used to. Just let me know what you think. I don't think it's half bad. I think the Fine Beauty ones are like 20 quid, so these are a really nice affordable alternative to that sort of multi-precision brow pen. Yeah, it's really nice. I think I just need a bit more practice with it. Okay, next we have the Super Fix brow glue. This retails for £5.99. Oh, that has a very small doe foot, and honestly it doesn't look like it's picked up anything, but it probably has. So let's just apply this to my brows. They have come out with a bit of like a laminating brow product before. Like, is this supposed to do the same sort of thing? The brows are looking wild today, I must say. They do definitely feel thick. Like, I feel like I've got a thicker product on my brows. They are taking quite a while to dry down. I feel like I'm just going to have to leave them like this for now until they dry a bit more. But they look, can you see how they look wet still? They haven't dried down. So we're just going to see how we get on with those. Moving on to the palette. This is the one we're trying out today. Revolution honestly don't bring out many eyeshadow palettes these days. I have seen that they've brought out a few mini ones, but if I'm honest, I have all the full-size Icon palettes, so I feel like I don't really need the minis. Whereas this is like a new palette on its own. It's called Sunset Haze, and look at this. It actually looks beautiful. Like, look at all the embossments on some of the shimmers. Like, the matte shades look beautiful. I must admit, like, this actually looks like a really nice quality palette. Packaging is a little bit more on the cheaper side just because it is like a cardboard. But if the shadows are good inside, I don't mind that. So this palette retails for £8.99, which is quite expensive for a Revolution palette. But as I say, based off of first impressions, hopefully this is going to be really nice quality. Now, what I will say about this is that I feel like I could have done with half of these being mattes and half of them being shimmers. I don't feel like I've got enough matte shades to play around. Normally with Sunset Eyes, I like to use like a matte yellow, for example, to blend out the top edges. We don't have that. We have two gold shimmers in here instead. And the purple in here is also a shimmer. So I feel like we're just going to have to play around with what we've got. I mean, this shade here in the corner, I'm sorry, that looks like liquid. Well, it's not liquid, but it just looks like pure metal. Like, I'm excited to use this. Whipping out the Revolution Super Base. I feel like I have not used this in forever. Maybe let's do this another way. Also, these shades here, this one and this one, do look awfully similar. I can see that this one has a bit more of a mauvey effect, but yeah, they definitely look on par. I just realised, are these in blocks of 4 maybe? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking that. I think firstly I'm going to take this mauvey brown here. My plan is to maybe do the mauvey brown, the pink, and then the orange on my lid. So let's see how that works out. Okay, shadows are pigmented. There is a lot of fallout in the pan though. Just gonna tuck that shade there. I'm not going to take it any higher. So I feel like this palette is missing a blue. I don't know, like, maybe it's just me, but I do love putting a blue on like my lower lash line or something, or like a blue shimmer. Next, I'm going to take this pink colour here. I don't know if you can tell, but these matte shades, They don't look super matte in the pan. They do have like a little bit of shimmer, but like that mauve shade, you can't even really tell that once it's on the lid. Let's see with this pink shade, because this one looks a bit more shimmery. And I'm just going to tie this in with the mauve colour. I'm going to start by working it into where the mauvey tone ended, because then it will give us a bit more of a seamless blend, and then I can start shimmying the colour up. My brow, by the way, still looks really wet. Can you see that? Not really a fan of that, to be honest. Don't like the look of a shiny brow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the orange shade in here, which has this gorgeous sun imprint in it. I'm sorry, I really can't stop looking at this shimmer. It's catching my eye every time I look at it. And I didn't realise that this shimmer here has like a greeny reflect to it, which is really cute. And same again, I'm just going to use the orange right where the pink ended. Use a bit more of a fluffy brush because it is a lighter shade, and blend it up. Is this pale like nudie matte shade in here? I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush, take a tiny dab of that, not too much. I'm just going to blend out the top edge. Now what I'm going to do is go back through all of these shades and make more of a seamless blend, because at the moment they are very much 3 separate colours. Okay, so these are the mattes on the lid. I'm not going to lie, my eyes are looking a bit sultry. Do you know what I mean? Like the dark mauvey colour is giving it that more like sexy vibes. Do you know what I mean? I think now though I'm going to really mix it up, and I'm going to take this bright gold yellowy shimmer here, and I'm going to whack that all in the centre of my lid. This is a sunset palette. You are going to get the sunset. Oh, I mean, look at that. Okay, I'm excited, right. Then I think I'm going to take this shimmer here and I'm going to blend out the edges of this gold. I think where I have the deeper shades behind that gold, it's not a super bright gold. So I think I might take the other gold, which is a really yellowy colour. This one. See if that makes a difference. Okay, we're rolling with this being a super warm sunsetty eye, and I've actually blended some of the gold up on the top half of my lid because I think it looks really beautiful like that. For my lower lash line, I'm going to use the other brown colour that I didn't use earlier. Okay, now it's time to swatch this. So smooth. Oh my god, look at that. That is like pure, like silvery glitter shimmer. It looks gorgeous. I'm going to take it on a brush and hopefully this will work. It does flake a little bit in the pan. We're just going super shimmer heavy today, apparently. That is gorgeous. It's definitely not like a smooth type of shimmer. It definitely has the particles in it. But I'm not going to lie, I kind of love my eyes right now. It's, I don't know how I would describe it, but just everything looks so like blended together, and I just love the shimmer effect on my eyes. I must admit, I'm not a massive fan of this shimmer in the middle of my lid. I do wish that there was like a brighter gold in here just to like really make this an obvious sunset look. Maybe the deeper shade behind it's not helping. So yeah, I would have loved a bit more of a brighter gold, but I do love the overall effect of this eye. I am going to pop some mascara on and I'll be right back because we have a few lip products. Okay, so I use my Revolution Wrap Lash in brown to do my mascara. If you've not tried this mascara yet, you are missing out because it is such a good one. Now for the lips, as I said, we have 3 products to try. We firstly have their Lip Shift Ink Peel Off Lip Liner situation. These are going around everywhere at the moment. And then we also have a gloss stick, and then from the Sunset Haze there is a shimmer lip gloss that we can pop on top as well. Firstly, we're going to go in with the Lip Ink Lift Shift Ink Peel Off Lip Liner, and I got the shade Rose Inked. So this is what the packaging looks like, and then it has, oh, that looks like a very scary lip applicator, but if you take off some of the excess, it does give you a bit more of a defined tip. So again, these retail for £6.99 and they've got 3 shades. It says apply, peel and reveal, delivers all day colour, easy application and precision applicator, natural matte finish for a defined lip look. Start with clean, dry lips. If needed, exfoliate lips first, remove any dry flakes. Apply 1 to 2 coats and leave on for 30 seconds to a minute. Peel away and reveal an all-day colour. Okay, my lips are pretty dry. My lips are always dry anyway. Lol. I'm a bit nervous because I've not used a peel-off lip liner before. Only the whole lip. So I'm going to stop talking and speed this up. So this is what I've done. It's not the greatest application. I've got some in my crease here. Now I'm just going to wait for this to dry down and we'll see what happens. Okay, this has been drying down now for about a minute or so. I feel like it might be a little bit wet still in this corner, so I don't know whether to go ahead and try. Have I applied enough? Like, I don't know. Okay, can you see this? That's just all come off. Okay, this is the lip line. I'm actually really impressed with this. I've never used a lip liner peel off situation before, but look at that. Is that not super impressive? And that is hopefully going to help your lip line stay on all day. I may have to test this on a work day and see if it lasts until I get home. Because look, nothing comes off on my hand. It's completely transfer proof. Really, really impressed with that. The shade is quite nice as well. Probably a little bit more on the rosy side for me, but I mean, it is called Rose Ink. I think I wanted the nude one, but it was out of stock. So when that comes back in stock, I might get the nude one. But for now, this shade is actually really nice. It was really easy to use, despite me panicking a little bit, not using it right. You could definitely go in with a couple of layers just to build up the colour a little bit more, because it will still peel even when you apply a really thin layer. So I think it's really beginner friendly. I'm really impressed with it. I love that. I can't wait to use that more. I think for £6.99, if the longevity is good, that is going to be a great alternative to some of these expensive ones they've got on the market. Okay, next we have this. This is the Pout Lip Gloss Stick. They have quite a few shades of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've got 10 shades and they retail again for £6.99. So this is what they look like. The packaging is really, really nice. And I have the shade Sweet Rose. This is the bullet. It actually looks really nice. I think what I will say about this though is I kind of wish there was like a light browny nude, because they're quite peachy and pinky rather than like a true nude. Let's see what this, it might actually go really well with this lip line though. So let's give it a go. Oh wow. Oh my god, okay. Can you see? It is super creamy and glossy. Okay, I'm not going to wind that up too much. Firstly, you do not need a lot of these. That is so extremely pigmented and creamy. You honestly need the tiniest amount of it. Secondly, the scent of these is absolutely beautiful. I love that. Thirdly, lip line and gloss stick combo, perfection. And lastly, for £7 to get an extremely creamy pigmented lipstick that is also a gloss stick as they call it, which is perfect description, that is bloody fantastic. This lip combo that I've got on at the moment, I am really, really impressed. And I think both of these deserve way more hype. I feel like nobody is talking about these online and they are bloody brilliant. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again. This combo works beautifully. Can you see the darker lip line from that peel off ink? And then the gloss stick. I'm obsessed with these. I'm sorry, I love them. Okay, lastly, which is probably not going to go with this finished look, but this is part of the Sunset Haze collection, and this is a Pout Bomb Shimmer Lip Gloss. I most definitely don't need this. My lips are glossy enough, but obviously we've got to test this out. So it looks like it's like a nice peachy shimmery shade. It's got a nice scent. Wow, my lips are super glossy now. You can tell my lips are more like high shine now, as opposed to just being glossy. Does that make sense? Let me just quickly swatch this on my hand. There is definitely a nice little peachy sort of tint to it, and it's got these gorgeous like goldy yellowy shimmer running through it. It is a perfect gloss to use for a sunset look, I must admit. Now I have got that gloss stick on underneath, so my lips do feel a little bit on the heavy side, but I have tried these Pout Bomb lip glosses before and they are really nice. I love the shimmer effect in them. You can most definitely see a few little sparkles hitting the light. If you love glosses, this is a really nice drugstore gloss. I don't think it's something particularly you need to run out and go buy now, but if you love a little bit of shimmer in your gloss and you love the warm tones on your lips, then definitely check this out. Okay guys, so that is everything tried and tested. I think my least favourite product in today's video is the brow pen, but it's most definitely something I need to keep on using and get used to it. My favourite products from today's video is the peel off lip liner and the gloss stick, and I also want to give an honourable mention to the Superdry blushes. These are so much better than the tube ones. I love the pigment on them. They're absolutely beautiful, and I will give honourable mentions to these two products. This glow, can you see my face still has that nice glow to it, but I don't look oily, so I really like this. It is a little bit expensive for Revolution, but I do have a 10% off code. I'm actually part of their Revolution Generation scheme, and I do have an affiliated 10% off code, so I will leave that linked in the description and a copy of it as well. And I also want to mention the palette because I think this is really good quality. I love the shadows in here. I think the mattes are really pigmented, easy to blend. They do have a little bit of fallout in the pan, but they are still really pigmented, and the shimmers are absolutely stunning. There's definitely things I would change about the palette, but in terms of quality wise, it is really, really nice. Okay, I think that about wraps up today's video. It has been a long one, so if you have made it this far, thank you so much. Leave me a little, I believe we have a sunset emoji, so leave me a little sunset emoji in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a thumbs up. Comment down below what was your favourite product from today's video. I would love to know, and of course if you haven't already, please subscribe down below and I will see you in my next video.